Welcome to Gluten-Free Gourmet. Today I'm making some easy chocolate bark that's great for the holidays. It's really festive to bring to a party or to gift, and it's tasty enough that you'll want to stash some in your freezer. The bark has a mix of bittersweet and semi-sweet chocolate, and it's finished with sweet and salty toppings. And there's no baking involved, so you're looking at less than 10 minutes from start to finish. So let's get started. I'm going to start by putting half of the chocolate in a glass container and microwaving it for 30 seconds. The goal is to not get the chocolate too hot, so I just want to microwave it in those 30-second increments. As it melts more, I'll add more of the chocolate that I reserved from the beginning. You'll want to take it out of the microwave while it still has some little chunks in it, and you can just keep stirring it until they melt. By melting the chocolate this way, we're attempting to temper it, and that's just going to make for a nice glossy chocolate when we're done. If it doesn't temper, it'll still taste good, you can still eat it, it just looks a little nicer when it's tempered, I should say. Now I'm just spreading the melted chocolate onto parchment paper. I don't usually spray the paper because I don't want the chocolate to be greasy when it's done, and it does come off just fine once it's completely set. And then I'm just going to spread the chocolate into a fairly thin layer on the parchment paper. I like to have a pretty good sweet and salty ratio, so I spread the chocolate pretty thin so I can get a lot of toppings to my chocolate. The recipe calls for 2 cups of chocolate, and I found that that's the perfect amount if you're wanting to put the bark into a tin when you're done. And now I'm ready to do the toppings. These are pumpkin seeds, and then I add cranberries for kind of festive colors. Then I add gluten-free pretzels. I just love the taste of pretzels and chocolate together, and it really adds a nice salty and crunchy component. And lastly, I add dried apricots and some sea salt. You could use flake salt if you want, that'd be even nicer. I just didn't have any on hand. This is my favorite part of making chocolate bark. It's just really therapeutic to make sure all of your ingredients are placed just so. I like to put it on pretty thick because I like to have a lot of topping to chocolate ratio, as I said. And there's endless flavor combinations that you could mess with. You could do different types of nuts or different types of dried fruit. Really anything that you think you or your family would enjoy the most. After placing this in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes, it's ready to be broken up. Perfectly Imperfect is the way to go here, so I just break it up so that it's nice bite-sized portions. Once it's all broken up, you could put it into a pretty tin with some wax paper to gift, or you can keep it for yourself and stick it in the freezer for up to a couple weeks. What kind of sweet treats do you like around the holidays? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time on Gluten-Free Gourmet.